So let's start with the Boston Celtics. The Celtics are 8-1. Anshu, does this mean they're the best team in the Eastern Conference?
I would say no, but and especially when you take into account Gordon Hayward's injury for the next few weeks, and just the fact that I think they've gotten out to a pretty hot start, generally speaking. But I mean, they've done this with Jaylen Brown's been hurt and missed some games, and it's impressive. We talked a lot about Kemba Walker being an absolutely perfect fit, and I think that record, if nothing else, shows that Kemba from Kyrie to me is an upgrade. I mean, I know that losing Horford, that's not a good thing in any case, but I do think that this is a very solid reflection on that Kemba move.
Absolutely. Kemba averaging 25 and 4.6 assists. Jaylen Brown, you mentioned he missed a couple of games. Through those 6 games, he's averaging 19.8 points and 7.2 assists. Is he a legitimate candidate for most improved player?
I think he has to be, and especially because his usage should tick up with Gordon Hayward out. And I mean, I just think that he's people forget how raw he was coming into the NBA and how
Mhm.
quickly he was counted on for them and immediately created some value. Now he got overshadowed a little bit by the Haywards, the Kyries, and obviously Jason Tatum, but I think that this is real chance for him to kind of spread his scoring wings a little bit as he's in year 3 of the Brad Stevens experience. So I think it's a good thing
Mhm.
for him, and he's got a shot at it for sure.
How big is the Gordon Hayward injury for this team? Out 6 weeks after hand surgery, averaging 18.9 points, 7.1 rebounds, and 4.1 assists, and kind of that bounce back season we were hoping for from Gordon.
For sure. I think it's huge. I mean, this is a team that I don't think realistically has championship aspirations, at least not as presently constructed. But, they need to be a high seed. I mean, or low seed, I guess, however you want to say it. They need to be the 1 or 2 to have any chance at making a run to the playoffs, regardless of who they were to add at the deadline. So they need these. And I think that losing a guy like Hayward, who, to your point, I mean, he just looked so much better, especially starting with that Cavs game. I don't know if you caught any of that, but he just exploded in that game, and it felt like it was carrying over. And yeah, I mean, this is a setback for sure, but at least I guess it's his hand and not anything to do with his legs after that gruesome injury a few years ago.
Is this a team that could be in the market for a center at the deadline? Their starting center right now, I guess it's Daniel Theis on most nights, and
Ugh.
he's only averaging 21.8 minutes a game.
Yeah, that's a problem. I mean, Daniel Tice is not the answer to any question that's worth answering. I think that's he does have a little bit of productivity. He's kind of reminds me of who is Kelly Olynyk in some ways, but he's obviously not quite the athlete. And they were using kind of like a rotating situation there at center anyway. So I think that losing Hayward is a major dagger to this team. There's just not enough bodies. This is a team that was spoiled, I think, in terms of talent. I mean, their ninth or 10th man was Marcus Smart at one point, or like
Mhm.
Terry Rozier, and now they're looking at giving Daniel Tice serious starter minutes, and I don't know. I still respect the hell out of Brad Stevens, but I don't know how that's sustainable for a team that needs to be like a 1 or 2 seed to make a move.